Welcome to another vlog, folks, and a kind of a weird start. First couple of seconds of this vlog is going to be done this way, and then we'll jump right into the actual project. Reason being is I must hit the button or something while I was shooting the opening, and we lost a bunch of the opening footage. So I'm putting this in as a filler piece right off the bat. This project that we are going to be working on, that you will be seeing here after this clip, is for our witches display. We are actually rehabbing all the skin panels for the witches display a little differently. At the end of the season, the witches display was kind of beat up and stuff, so we trashed the whole witches display, all the skin panels, and we are going to recreate them using a different pattern. And that's what this vlog is for. So sit tight and we'll get back to the original footage here. The old ones were brown wainscoting with a red and yellow wallpaper pattern. We're going to stick to pretty much the same theme, except there's going to be a different design on the wainscoting and a different design on the wallpaper feature, as well as the coloring is going to change. Now, I've been over here messing with the panels a little bit already. I've gotten 4 done, but you really can't tell the lighting all that good. So we'll do this. We'll get a light turned around on it. There you go. You can kind of see it a little bit better. The wainscoting is about the same, but I'm doing a more of a raised and sunken panel. And dang it, I can't remember the term. Coffer. That's a coffer style pattern. The rectangles here will be inset where the rail portion will be offset. And on the center one, I'm doing a skull. And the mouth will be free-handed, painted in instead of carved. On the top, we're doing a little bit different. Now, I don't know if you notice it, but the wreath there are a bats. There's 4 bats that make the wreath, and that's the main theme of the pattern. We're going to do that, and then this portion here is actually supposed to be one of the wings off the bat, you know, just to kind of fill in the center. It just didn't look right not having anything down the center. Now, right now, we're in the process of laying out the panels. I did a little bit of work. First off, I did some research looking up old Victorian wallpaper. And I did find one wallpaper online that had the wreath of bats. And I kind of like that, so that's the theme we decided to go to. So I printed off pictures of what I wanted and then adhered them to some Luan 1/8" sheet of plywood, and then use that for my template, and then I can mark where I want these on the tablet or on the foam and stencil them out. There is also the rails on the wainscoting. That's all done by ruler and measurement and stuff. So, but right now I have 46 panels. There's 41 there, one here being 42, and 46 with the 4 I've got there. Panels I've got to get sketched out, and then once they're sketched out, we'll get into carving and then into painting. It's going to take a while. It is going to take a while. Right now it's taking about an hour and 10 minutes roughly per panel to sketch them out. So I'm going to be at this for probably about a week, maybe 2 depending on time. Okay, it's been 9 days since I've talked to you. Almost 9, 8.5. Okay. It took a while to do these. With other things going on, there were some days where I got 2 panels done. There were other days where I got 5 or 6 done. And, you know, it just took a while to do it. And there we go. That's what I've got so far. All 46 panels are to this state now. It took a while. The bottom part where the wainscoting is, that goes quick and easy. But getting up here and drawing all these bat wreaths on, and there's 21 of them per panel, that took a while. As I got into doing these, the more I did, the faster I got at it. It took just about an hour. You know, I was able to shave about 10-15 minutes off my time. I think the first couple ones I did took about an hour and 15 minutes, but I got it down to about an hour per panel. So you figure 46 panels, I probably spent about 47 hours altogether just tracing that out. Now our next step is going to be carving. I got to actually get in here and carve that pattern into the foam. And I'll cover that in the next stage. I've got to kind of get cleaned up and get set up for carving, because carving makes a... here we go again. Got my cleanup done. I'm going to get started on carving. I don't know if I'll get the full panel done or not. Got the first panel up. I've covered a little bit, I think, last vlog with the carving process. On this panel, I'm not exactly sure on my depths. I'm thinking I'm only going to have 2 depths I'm going to use. The eyes and nose on the skeleton are probably be my shallowest depth. I mean, that'll be closest to the surface. While on the wainscoting, to get the coffered look, these rectangles here in the center will be probably the deepest, and I'll probably use the same depth on this as I do up here. And for that, for the actual carving, I'll be, I showed this before, my Dremel with a grout removal bit and the router attached to it. And as I get my depths figured out so I can keep them uniform from panel to panel, I'll be scribing a line in a chunk of scrap foam, you know. So like when I go to do the eyes and the nose, I can set it to a depth gauge on here. When I go to do the coffer or the release I'm going to do up here, and what have you. I'm thinking the bottom section, the wainscoting, will probably end up being the quick and easy part. It's pretty much straightforward. So it ought to go quick, just like it did during layout. This part, just like layout, because of all the wreaths and everything that I've drawn out on it, it's going to take a while. I have a feeling that this is going to end up being about a 2-hour carve per panel. That's what I'm estimating now. Whether it ends up being that way or not, I don't know. We'll find out. Now, another thing I am going to be doing too is a sanding block. I've got to go over the whole sheet after it's carved and get sanded. And now I add a little bit of time to it as well. In the areas where I'm removing foam, I'm going to have to sand it to get more of a smooth texture, at least here on the wainscoting. Up here, I'll knock it down a little bit. It will be hard to get that block or any sandpaper into small areas like that. You know, so I'm not sure how much sanding I'm going to do up there. And then anything that's going to be on the surface will also need to be sanded. But next step is carving. We'll get started on it, and we'll get you some footage of the carving and sanding process too. Again, fast forwarded. Well, there you go. There's a layout and the carving process for the new panels. And here's a better look at the pattern. Now these panels here are going to be going into my witch display. And like with the old panels, these are a pain in the ass. The wainscoting, which runs from here down and includes the skull, took about an hour to do. The top part with the bat motif on it for the wallpaper ended up taking about an hour and a half. So we're looking at about 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours per panel. And I've got 46 of these damn things to do. So you do the math. So far I've gotten 3 done and I've got to start on another one. But we're making progress. I'm having fun making pink snow. And what I mean by pink snow is all that stuff down there. That's shavings from 3 panels. By the time I get done doing 46, I'm going to end up with a huge pile of it. This pattern is very time consuming. You know, unlike if I was doing a brick pattern, depending on what I was doing, you know, what type of brick pattern I was doing. You know, brick patterns, they take half hour, 45 minutes per panel. You know, they go real quick. But when you start getting into intricate stuff, it takes a lot longer to do. But the end product is well worth it too once these get painted. Now, with the time that these are taking, it is around the 6th or 7th of February. It's probably going to be about the 1st of March before I get into painting. I'm going to get these things all the way carved before I start any of the painting process. Even though the first couple of stages of the painting process take place outside in the main shop. Well, welcome to February 22nd. Right now, as to the project, we are officially halfway through. I got half the panels. There's 23 panels there carved. It's taken me most of the month of February to get those carved. Good part, those are ready for paint. Unfortunately, those over there aren't. Those haven't even been carved yet. I still got 23 panels left to carve. I'm averaging about 2 to 2.5 per day. So technically it should take me another 11 days, 12 at the outside, to get the other half filled. Problem is, I've got too many other things going on, and like with this portion, you know, I'd sit down here one day, I'd get 2 panels carved. Next 2 days, I'd have other things, and I just didn't have time to carve. You know, it just made the project go on longer. Since it's been almost a month since I've put anything up on YouTube, any vlogs, I think I'm going to wrap this portion of the vlog up. We're going to do you a 2-parter. First part, covered carving. We're just going to do that. Second part, which will be up hopefully sometime in March, probably toward the end of March, we'll cover the painting process. I hope, if I make it that far. So, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to get these moved out into the shop. And I've got doctor's appointments and stuff, so I won't get any carving done today. But we're going to continue on with the carving and try to get that second half done so we can get this project done. So, see you at some point. Stay spooky. Stay toxic.